Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
This episode is brought to you by Google Chrome. You think you know a browser, but Gemini and Chrome? That's new. It can help you with practically anything on the web, like restoring a vintage motorcycle from a 50-page restoration blog, or finally break down that long article you've had open for weeks. Gemini and Chrome is here for it. Ready to make anything online make sense? There's no place like Chrome. Check responses, setup required, compatibility and availability varies, 18+.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. And now, your host, Steve Collins.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Coach Unplugged. I am so happy that you decided to join us. If you like this podcast, you should go over and listen to a bunch of the other ones in our network, with like the 5-Minute Basketball Coaching Podcast, or High School Hoops, or Coaching Youth Hoops. All of those are, I think, interesting, and we would love if you left a 5-star review. You can leave those 1-star reviews at home. But before we jump into the topic today, I'd like to give a big shout out to our sponsors. First of all, Dr. Dish. Mention Coach Unplugged, and you'll get $450 off. You'll get great customer service. It is, I can tell you from someone that's still coaching, it has helped my team immensely. I can't tell you the number of shots that we have taken on our Dr. Dish machines. And then also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. 25 years ago, when I took over a program that no one wanted, that had 5 winning seasons in 35 years, I was the only applicant. No one wanted it. I would have killed for a resource like teachhoops.com. It took me years to turn it into a national powerhouse. And I have put all that secret sauce inside of teachhoops.com. So come over and check it out. 14-day free trial. It will give you the roadmap. It will give you me. It will give you one-on-one calls and office hours, and a community of like-minded coaches. I think you'll love it. Let's head off to the podcast.
All right. Go ahead. Shoot away, Coach. What's your questions?
So I guess currently, we're at the end of the season. I'm the JV coach at our high school.
Okay.
And I want to be a varsity coach someday.
Okay.
But currently working with individuals kind of for my team, but also with some of the varsity players. In Oregon, we can only work with 2 at a time.
Okay.
So we have a
all
weird
summer?
2. Yeah. And so our summer schedule, after Memorial Day, we can have practices, but currently we can only do two girls at a time.
Okay.
So, and the coach that I've been coaching under does a lot of individual work kind of throughout the season.
Yeah.
I would say probably 2/3 of our practices are individual kind of skill-based work. And then a third is really team-based stuff. And it's worked really well for us. We've been to the tournament 5 years in a row, and
Right.
we're state champs a couple of years ago. So it's been successful for us. And
Right.
we don't have girls that play year round. We got girls that do 3 sports, which is awesome. We encourage that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're a small town, but I'm just kind of trying to figure out how to, I know you got drills and stuff, but I'm trying to find stuff that's applicable, that's going to help them in game situations that we haven't been doing all season, kind of.
And you can only have 2 girls. You can't have 4. You can only have 2.
I can only have 2. Yeah.
So you really got to work on ball handling and shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything other than that, you really, yeah. Can you decide which 2 come in?
Yeah. So currently I every day after school from 3 to 3:45, I have certain 2 girls that come in that aren't doing a track.
Right.
And then I have 2 girls that are doing track come in at 5:30.
Okay.
So, and those are just the 4 that have contacted me. I have a couple that of the varsity girls that I'll do some post work with before school. So I'll get a bag out and I'll do post moves with them.
Right. So it's almost like you want to you want to guard in a big too sometimes, just so they can work against each other. Yeah, I think a lot of it's got to be, that's crazy. I've heard 4. I've never heard just 2 at a time. I've heard 4.
Well, and it's really different because we're 5A, but 6A can have practices all year long as they're 3 weeks after that sports season started. So some 6A teams, after 3 weeks that soccer season started, can have full practices and just begin practicing right there.
Really?
Yeah, but not 5A.
What's the difference between 5A and 6A? Is that bigger or smaller?
6A is bigger, yeah.
Okay.
And we're technically the size of a 6A school, but because of our free and reduced lunches, we're reduced to a 5A.
We're reduced to a 5A. So what's your question? Your question is what to work on.
Yeah, I'm like, I know ball handling and shooting, but sometimes I'm just like, man, like this kind of just seems repetitive from everything we've been doing all season.
It does. Yeah, I mean, I think that's where you got to get creative and try to figure out different types of shots. Maybe, well, maybe what I've done with my guys too is I've tried to like broaden their spectrum. Like one of them lives in my house. That he's a really good 3-point shooter, so we're not really going to work on that at this point. We're going to work on dribble attack or 2 dribble and pull up. So I think what you have to do is look at the girls and go, all right, maybe this is my big girl. For post moves, we know we're going to work on those over the next 9 months. Maybe we're going to work on free throws. Maybe we're going to work on, her 12-footer, so she's more of a threat from farther out. I think you got that. I think you got to start, especially in this window before summer, is work on the stuff that is maybe unique and will encompass their game more than just specific things. So that's what I would try to do, is try to sit down and then I'd ask them. What do you want to work on? What do you think because if they're bought in, I think it would help a lot too.
Yeah. Well, the other problem that kind of has happened is I have some girls that are bought in, but we have a pretty loaded freshman class that's upcoming.
Right.
So like some of the girls that I had on my JV team last year, we only lost 1 senior. So some of the girls that I'm working with now are going to be on the edge of getting cut, or their minutes are going to be going down just because we got a loaded class coming out.
I think that's where you can work on. I think that's what you sell them too. It's like, well, we want you to play. Here's how you can play. Let's get, I think that's where you kind of got to sell a little bit too. I think,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think, you're only going to be able to go from here to here. You're only going to be able to go from a 5 to a 7 as far as, with only 2 kids, you can only, you can only do.
Yeah, so I try to combine a lot of stuff where we do like dribbling and then they got to pass it and then I give them a pass and they got to finish. Or
Yep. And I don't know your offense, but I would work on how are they getting the shots? Are they getting the shots off screens? Are they getting the shots off square ups? Are they getting the shots off dribbles? That's where I think with 2 kids you can give them a lot of reps.
Right.
You can definitely give them a lot of reps. Do you have a shooting machine?
We do. We have the gun.
Okay. So that means you can get a lot.
So I got that out last time, and we got up a ton of shots.
Right. So what you got to do with those machines is be creative too. There's lots of stuff online, but I always warm them up with, let's get up 50 fast ones. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now let's talk about the different types of shots, because those only happen 10% of the game where you catch and shoot.
Right.
That's where if you have 2 girls, one of them can catch, and maybe you're going to work on your flare cut. Maybe you're going to work on your backdoor cut. Maybe you're just going to get a pass from the top rather than, because the ball always comes from underneath the machine. So I let the machine kick it out to the top, and then the top girl makes a pass to the corner, because how you catch it and rotate matters. When those machines, I would really think about your offense and how, those movements can be a little bit different. Yeah. Okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because I think people get just in that repetition, and it's like, shoot, how often is it?
Yeah, it doesn't come from the middle.
It never, and that's a little bit. I've noticed that. Again, my son can shoot threes like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
But what percentage of shot passes come from there. So whenever I get a chance or I'm in there with him and he's not by himself, it's like I have it kicked to me and then I kick it to him, just giving him different feels.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, you watch the NCAAs, it's like, holy crap, those guys are hitting those shots, but they're getting the passes from all different spots on the court. And then the footwork's different. So that's the key with that. So do you want to be the head coach there or do you want to be the head coach somewhere else?
This is my hometown, so I mean, I would love to be here. I love our varsity coach, though. He's an awesome guy, awesome coach, works hard. Like, he's great for the program, so I don't mind waiting.
He'll be there forever.
The last 2 seasons because he's got 2 really little girls.
Okay.
So I think as they kind of get older, he might kind of think about not. I mean, he's talked about it already.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If he's talking about it, that's like me. When you start talking about it, then it's like it gets closer than it used to.
Yeah. I really thought last year he was going to be out, and so like I'm not ready at this point, and like I would tell my AD like hire the best person, but I'm going to apply and I'm going to give it everything I got.
Right. So I think what you have to do too, and what I've told coaches too that I've talked to is like you got to start prepping yourself because you don't know.
Right.
You don't know what twist is going to come. He might be there for 5 years. He might be there for 5 months. You don't know.
Yeah.
That's why you got to start getting all your ducks in a row. Like, what would I do? How would I run the program? What would my standards be? Because I, as a coach myself, I think I've been successful because I was under like 7 or 8 coaches and I took a little bit of each of them. So that's why I think you gotta, what do I like about this? What do I like about this? What do I like about, Izzo's a prime example. There's some things I like that he does. There's some things I don't like he does. So I take the things I do that I like that I see that he does. I'm going to take those. And that's what you got to do. And especially if you've got a great relationship, that's like, I would start asking for more responsibilities too.
In terms of
can anything, maybe it's prepping, maybe it's scouting, maybe it's offensive set. I mean, unless it's so like in a box that, like I want to help you because he's got 2 little girls. So the angle you take is I want to help you because I know how busy you are. I want to work on my craft because that's what I used to do. It's like, let me do the scout. Let me do the second scout. I won't do the team we're going to play next. I'll do the game ahead. And then you and I can sit down and that makes it easier for him. Or, you can think outside the box, whatever you like to do. And then that can make everything a little bit easier.
Okay.
But it's also prepping you. Like you're doing something like maybe I can work on the defense. Maybe I can work with the girls defensively. Maybe I can be your eyes and ears on defense during the game.
Yeah.
And I'll be just throwing you stuff that, and you don't even have to worry about it, kind of thing. So, I think that's
hard.
Go ahead.
That's kind of hard. He treats me great, and I mean, I do a lot of that kind of stuff. But he's also got 2 unpaid volunteer assistants that are there all the time. So,
right.
I mean, he has tons of help still.
Right. But it's
and
like
our practices are always at the same time.
Yeah, it's about helping him, but it's also about helping your craft. Like,
okay.
Your game's right before his game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the hardest job in the whole gym. I always tell my JV coach, that's the hardest job in the gym because you have to coach, you have to run your ship, and then 20 minutes later you got to shift and then be a mate on my ship, kind of thing. That's so hard. But it's making you a better coach. It does make you a better coach. But it's like, anything. Maybe you track something for him. Maybe you're watching possessions like, woo, look, maybe you have 5 different offenses, 3 different defenses. This defense, we just ran it 4 straight times, coach, and it didn't work. We didn't score, or they scored on us, or those kind of things. Things that can make you look at the game different too is very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard because you want to become, you have to shift gears from being, the captain to being, rather than, and you don't want to be a spectator during his game.
Right.
It's really hard not to be. At least that was for me. It was really hard not to like that shifting of, God, we just wanted the buzzer. Now I got to get ready to do this. And you almost become a spectator. And then that, if you want to hone the craft, you can't do that. You got to figure out how you can get yourself out of that funk in like 20 minutes. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So did you just say keep looking at just all the different kinds of drills that are on T-Shoots to?
Yeah. And if there's something specific, I mean, I'll think about it. I'm going to the Final Four this weekend. So when I'm driving.
Ooh, men's or women's?
Men's. It's in Minneapolis.
Okay.
So it's only like 3.5 hours from us. So I'm taking
perfect.
So I'll think about drills. You're first. I mean, there aren't many states that you can only work 2 kids.
Wow.
So let me think about that specifically, because that would be good for me too with some of our workouts in the summer.
Okay.
The minimum I like is 4, because you can do a lot with 4.
That would be great.
Yeah, and that's what NCAA. So
you can compete a little bit with 4.
And you can do some 2-on-2, and you can work on rotations. You can work on gap. So I've got tons of stuff for 4, but let me think about two people only. All right, what else? Anything else on the top of your head? I'm just writing.
No, I think I've just kind of been trying to figure out how to help them get better, but not have it be repetitive.
Yeah, and that's hard. The repetitive is like, so how many days a week are you going to see them?
It's been between it's usually about 2 or 3 times.
So I would try to change up days too. That's what I used to do, is like, this will be offensive day, this will be defensive day, this will be competition day. So then within those, you can find specific drills, because you're right, monotony.
Okay.
So we're only going to work on dribbling and attacking today. All right. And then they won't know when they come in. Then the next day we're going to work on, post moves and bag stuff or something. And then, it doesn't matter if their guards are big. The next day we're going to do only shooting on the machine, and we're going to make a competition, and winner gets a donut at the end or something. And then you keep track of it, all right, it's 3, and then something like that. So just to make it fun, but not, you're right. Repetitive is, you want to do some things repetitive because there's skill sets that you want to work on, but you can't change it up on them, or they won't come if it's voluntary.
Yeah.
Home either.
Right.
Yeah. So you want to make it like, yeah. And then I would ask them. That's what I used to do too. It's like, because the kids usually know. It's like, oh, coach, I can't go to my left. I can't finish going to my left. I said, all right, well, we're going to spend a whole day just doing that. And then they're always happy, because that's what, that it's the teacher in me, but they want to, there's nobody, there's only 2 of them in that gym. So they're not going to be embarrassed. The kids.
How long do you think's like a sufficient time for just 2, like 30 minutes?
Oh yeah. 30.
More?
I would not go more than 45. And if you're on the gun, 30, they're going to.
Okay.
30.
Yeah. Well, last time, because I've kind of just been trying to be creative. And so, I had one they would do a minute of shooting at one of our, we have 5 kind of main spots where we always have our offense at.
Yeah.
So I'd do like a minute of just you're shooting, and then a minute of like you're doing some ball handling. And I didn't do stationary. So they were they were dogging, kind of going through it, because I had.
That's why I like workouts with 4 too. It's like, because there's reps, there's rest in between. When there's only 2 of them, there's no rest. Yeah. And when I've worked out on the side and stuff, I never work a kid out by himself, just because they can't do it. They're not going to go hard. And it's like, so minimum is 2, but 2 is like, it's hard after 45 minutes. You got to get a lot of free throws in at that point. But all right, I'll think about this, and then I'll email you back. You're on my list, and then we can get back and talk after you've tried a couple things.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Awesome. I really appreciate that.
Yep, no problem.
Thanks for your time, man.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it. Go over and check out our other podcasts, High School Hoops, Teacher's Side Gig, and then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Have a great day.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
I'm not giving up.
I am selling the building.
The final season of FX's The Bear.
The restaurant is flooded.
Everything's either going to be okay,
Or not.
We are outgunned and we are outmanned, but we have each other.
FX's The Bear, the final season. All episodes now streaming on Disney+.